This is the main luggage compartment for the RV. Inside is a mat to put down on the floor outside the RV if you need that. This is one of the main storage compartments for the RV. All your electrical, plumbing equipment is located in this bin here. This is the main generator where it's located. This is the water connection. A key is needed to open it. On the left side is to fill the tank. That's 55 gallons. You also have another option which is recommended to plug into city water. There's a connection hose here as well as a filter, and those can be placed on the connection on the right side. This is the electrical connection. You have two options which were in the compartment that I showed you earlier. The one on the right for a regular cord, 15 amps. And the one on the left is, your standard washer size cord, and that's for 30 amps, and it has a circuit breaker in both of them. This is the gas tank here. You need a key to open it, and you can put in regular fuel here. This is the key here that's needed to open it. This here is how you release the water from the black water tank and the gray water tank. For the black water tank, there's also going to be a release valve on the other side of the RV. You'll have to first pull that. You always want to empty the black water tank first, so you'll pull that valve right there. Then you will come back over to this side here and pull the second black water tank valve, and then the third black water tank valve. Then after the black water tank is emptied, which you can see that through this here, once the water has flowed completely, next you empty the gray water tank after you've closed the black water tank valves. That's the gray water tank valve there on the right hand side. You close the black water tank valve. Remember to also close the valve on the other side of the RV, in addition to this valve back here. Then again, you empty the gray water tank on the right hand side, close that valve, and then close the valve in the front here as well. To empty the tanks, there's a hose that's located right here in the back of the RV. This compartment here, we're storing the leveling jacks as well as a device to help lift those up in a more automated fashion. You also have one electrical port here, GFI rated. On the side of the RV here is the propane tank. Normally we leave that on so the refrigerator can run when the RV is not plugged into electrical. But if you ever need to shut it off for any reason, this is where the shutoff valve is located. That's right here. This is also where the propane tank gets refilled from this compartment here. So here is the main control panel. Let's first cover the generator. You'll want to click that button to the left for at least 15 seconds. This is going to prime the generator. And once that's complete, you can hit the start button here. Hold it down until you hear the generator fully power. And then if you need to turn off the generator, just click it there to the right. Of course, it's recommended to mainly plug in if you're at your RV park and use the electricity from the outside. But the generator can be used when needed. In the middle here is a slide out for the back bedroom. You just push that button to close the to open the slide out. There'll be a piece of blue tape that I'll show you later, which is going to be where you want to keep your eye on and make sure you don't let it slide out any further than that blue tape. And then to pull it back in, you just go the opposite direction. So in this middle section here, you have different buttons you can press to check the capacity of the tanks. So first you have a LPG, which is your propane tank. The battery will show you how much battery power you have remaining. Then your fresh water tank, your black and gray tanks. The black tank has a little bit of a sensor problem, so it is empty now, even though if you push it, it's gonna show that it's 2/3 full. And these tanks have around a capacity of 30 gallons. Then the last thing I'll cover for you here is the water pump. That's the top button here on the left. So if you're not plugged into city water, you just can turn that on and use all your water facilities inside the RV from the freshwater tank. There's also a heater right underneath that. Turn that on there if you want to have warm water for a shower or for dishes. You do need to turn it on in advance, so for doing the dishes, you'll want to turn on like 10 minutes or so in advance. For a shower, you'll want to give it at least 15 minutes to heat up. And then you can turn those buttons off if you don't need to use them at any point in time. After you've turned the water heater on, you can just put your hand over this vent and verify you're getting warm air. That'll show you that the water heater is indeed working. Both with the water heater as well as the generator, they're going to put some fumes out. So when you're using those, you'll want to keep your windows here closed just so you don't get any of that exhaust inside the RV. The RV is definitely equipped with a smoke detector and carbon monoxide detector, and I'll show you that in a later video. Here is the refrigerator and the freezer. So to have this on, the kill switch that I showed you earlier doesn't need to be on the on position. Then once it's on the on position, you have two different options here. The first is auto, and in this option, the refrigerator will run on the electricity when that's available, the generator or the outside electricity. And then there's another option there to run on gas if no electricity source is available. It also has an on-off switch there on the left-hand side. So this is the inside of the freezer, and this is the inside of the refrigerator. So here is the stove and the range hood. So to turn on the gas at the top, there's 3 burners. You just want to put those on light. And then here's the lighting switch. You just turn that to the right and you should get a flame there. And then of course turn to the off position when you're done using the burner. All the way on the right here is the switch that works the oven. So to light the oven, it's going to work a little bit differently. You actually need to manually light that with a lighter or a flame stick. So you would put that onto the light position. You would hold in the button, and then you're going to put your hand in there, and you can see the pilot light there is in the back, and you have to light that with a fire stick or a lighter. Don't let the gas run for too long. It should light right away. If you weren't able to get a successful light, I would recommend turning it back off, letting the gas clear out before trying again. So the microwave here needs 120 volts, so you'll either want to be plugged in to the outside at your RV park or have the generator on, and then the microwave will be fully functional. This RV is equipped with a bunch of different things. So up here you have a bunch of plates which are wrapped in bubble wrap, as well as knives and cups and pans, just so they don't rattle when the RV is moving. Up here there's some additional pans that are available for cooking. Down here there's some paper plates and towels and cups available for you. And then over here we have some utensils. So plenty of cooking supplies and other various types of utensils. Then in the back here, the RV is equipped with some bedding, some towels. Those are available for you right in this compartment back here. So now here you can see the slide out is moving out using that button that I showed you earlier. It's really important to have someone keep their eye on this blue tape here. As soon as you see the blue tape, that's when you want to stop the slide out. So don't let it go any further than that blue tape there. And then when you're moving it back in, you'll want to stop it basically as soon as it gets to the edge of this bed here. Otherwise it's just going to make some clicking sounds, and that's not going to be good for the motor and mechanics of the slide out device. So you'll want to stop right about here. Up here, I just want to call your attention to the fire extinguisher and a first aid kit. So that's one of your safety devices. Also up here is the smoke detector, and then down here is your carbon monoxide detector. Now we're in the bathroom. Here's a fan. Controls are here, plus this little button or knob here allows the cap to turn up. Cabinet here with some bathroom storage items. The toilet, which has the flush valve here on the right side at the bottom, so that's a pedal valve. Your sink is right here, and your shower is right here. Make sure the shower lock is on when the RV is moving, otherwise the door can slide around. And again, if you're not plugged into city water, then you'll want to make sure your water pump is on to use these devices, or your water heater if you're looking to take a warm shower. Here is the front controls. I'll show you a few things here. So first off, this tablet is equipped with various different applications. The one you're looking at now is called RV Life. This is recommended because it'll find you safe passages and highways with all the clearance information. It also has a list of all the different campgrounds with various information and features of those. Also here is your radio controls with Bluetooth. Also in this device here is the backup camera. So the camera actually can be left on all the time, which I do recommend to keep that on while you're driving, so you can see out the back. And then of course you'll use your two side mirrors there. There is a place if you want to use your phone that you can hold that. And then I've also added a RPM device detector here. And then if you're familiar with trucks, most of the other controls are pretty standard here in the front. And then there is a storage compartment here at the bottom. So from the front here, you can see the profile of the RV. It's quite wide, so it's really important that you keep a watch on those side mirrors. You can see how they extend out to the left and right just to allow you to see past the RV cab. So it's really important to make sure that those are not interfering with any of the traffic or things that you'll be passing on your right and left side. The RV itself is 12 feet high, so you do have to keep in mind bridges and low clearances, and that's why I recommend to use the apps inside, just to make sure you're finding a safe driving path to your final point of destination.